I'm going to preference this video and why I feel the way I feel about scumbags like this that need to be removed from the black culture for us to make any headway. The days of defending people that do wrong shit just because I believe they're cool. They're Jamaican like me. This shit is over. We about progression and doing what's right, not licking each other cocks. I never understood that shit. If you wrong, you wrong. There's no other statement that need to be said. And all I see is a bunch of bullies trying to shame a, a, a sensitive ass dude. You got the right one here, because I'm so sensitive I put my fist through your pussy's faces. Make a long story short, gotta stop defending pieces of shits. If they a piece of shit, say they're a piece of shit. If they're wrong, they're wrong. There's no other statement. To try and shame somebody because someone else played with their money and they made a video about it, I don't care. I would have did the same thing. Lucky it wasn't me, because they'd have been looking for a place to live playing with my money.
Starts with the. I'm not gonna say
This is
the rest of her name because
I'm not gonna say it. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. So why you what? Oh, I'm gonna say her name start with a. What the fuck is that?
Somebody that's gonna go to all extremes if you play with my money.
So today I will be weighing in on the One Cloud 9 controversy, which has been swelling on the internet for the past few days. There are several parties involved, and the reason that I am going to weigh in on this controversy is because somebody who I hold near and dear to my heart.
He messed with my friend. You don't mess with my friend. Even though your friend run around calling people hoes.
Has been dragged into this drama and has been.
The person that got their money messed with for weeks called him a hoe because he did what he felt he had to do, because he ain't like me, because I'd have been trying to draw blood.
Maligned and slandered, and I would just like to take an opportunity to vouch for his character and refute the accusation
Your friend is a piece of shit, just like you're a piece of shit for defending something that's wrong.
that have been leveled against him. Now, let me give you a brief rundown of what exactly is going on. We're honestly not going to get lost in the weeds of this situation because this is a nothing burger, as well as the fact that it is child.
Facts. That's why it should have been very simple to say the other dude was wrong. Make whatever video you want about it. He wronged you. But instead, you try to shame the victim for fighting back.
It is immature, and my audience is, frankly, I regard my audience as much more mature than to find much interest or
Not mature enough to see somebody attacking the victim.
intrigue in this situation. A large percentage of my audience, there's a fucking war going on in Iran right now. I don't know if you've heard about it. So, but I do also have a younger segment of my audience who knows these characters very well. Right? Okay, so first and foremost, this is One Cloud 9. He is about 20 years old.
Yeah, another shining example of why we fucking only get laughed at, not laughed with. You dudes got to go. You have to fucking get wiped off of black culture. Go put on your shiny red noses and tap dance for Caucasians. But you gotta move out the way of fucking black progress.
And he is an incredibly successful YouTuber. He has millions of subscribers spread across multiple YouTube channels. And he's just very well known and very well liked in the black commentary space, especially amongst younger people, people in their 20s and their late teens. But
Someone that would play games with someone money. Yeah, sure. This culture is heading for the garbage can if he's popular.
I'm sure he has an older audience as well that watches him. I watch his shit from time to time. But anyway, so here is one
Scumbags stick together, obviously.
Cloud9, right? Well, let me introduce you to Alex Gordine. Now, Alex Gordine, who I imagine is around the same age, I think he's also within that 19, 20, 21 age range. And so these are two very young men. And so we'll keep that in mind as we proceed. But Alex Gordine is an editor for
The one you expect just to take a L and do nothing. Wow. Why? Because the other guy's your friend too? Fucking children.
One Cloud9. Alex Gordine also creates content. As you can see, this video was posted on this channel here. Has 2,000 subscribers. And he has another channel which has, I think, around 20-something thousand subscribers. I've actually reacted to videos that he's produced on his other channel. He has several videos that have gone upwards of 50 and 100,000 views. And so he has seen some success himself as an online creator. However, he still is, at a place where he has been doing editing work.
Most of these dumb motherfuckers on YouTube only likes to see stupidity.
For other creators, and he's still on the come up, or rather he was on the come up. I don't know where things are going to go from here, but he was doing his thing, right? Well, here is how the story goes. Alex Gordine was an editor for One Cloud9, and they were also close friends. Over the history of their relationship, their professional working relationship, there was a pattern where Cloud would routinely take multiple days to pay Alex after Alex had completed his work. This was kind of
normal project, chicken wing, 40-ounce drinking piece of shit behavior, yeah.
An ongoing thing. I believe he was paid on a weekly basis. And so sometimes he would want to be paid on Sunday, right? Let's say, and the Cloud wouldn't pay him until Monday or Tuesday. Well, this all came to a crescendo.
Unacceptable.
When after working together for some period of time, One Cloud9 and his team, because again, this is a very large YouTuber, makes hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions of dollars, doing what he does, which is incredible at his age, right? Well, anyway, he decided to become a little bit more professional and wanted to implement contracts with his editors. Well, as a result of a dispute between the terms or over the terms of said contract, things became contentious. There were personal problems going on that really went outside of the realm of the professional aspect of their relationship and spilled over into their personal lives. These young men appeared to be at one point very close, telling each other secrets, opening up with one another. So they had that kind of relationship. And things got messy. And out of spite, it would appear as if One Cloud9 significantly delayed the final payment that was owed to Alex Gordine. Right? Upwards of over a week, right? Maybe it was...
He picked the right one. That motherfucker would have woke up to flames. He tried that with me.
Even 2 weeks, I can't really recall. But the point is, he was supposed to get paid on one day. You can imagine if you were expecting your paycheck on Friday and you didn't get it till the following week or even the week after that. Now, of course, if you
straight criminal behavior from the people known for that shit
are a federal employee and you work for the government, you probably know what that feels like. Shout out to Donald Trump, right? But most people would be incredibly pissed about a situation.
And you're supporting a crook. That means you just like Trump.
Like that. And so, I do believe that there was some merit in the criticisms that Alex had for Cloud in just the lack of professionalism in regards to paying him on time. sure, you could make the argument that, hey, you're getting paid on a weekly basis. It's kind of a friend business working relationship kind of situation. You got paid a day late, but you always get paid, and sometimes you get paid a little bit extra than what you were owed.
Exactly what didn't happen. He held his check for weeks. You are a piece of shit, Don.
As a way to compensate for the inconvenience of the late payment. It's unprofessional, but really it's not that big of a deal. If it's a big enough deal to bother you and you decided that you would no longer like to work for somebody because of that, I think that is completely understandable, and completely reasonable. However, it's not a big enough of a deal, I believe, to go forth and make some kind of expose video.
And that's where you're dumb as fuck. Somebody played with my money. That's the least that could happen. Wow. You know when someone living too good and high on the hog when they be like, oh, he just withheld your check for 7 weeks. You can't make money off that. You're a YouTuber. You might as well say what you doing is petty and not worth anything. Why don't you let Donald Trump slide? Why? Because you like the way your friend stroke it? The fuck? You sound like a fucking 5-year-old. As I said before, the black culture is not going to rise until we get rid of people like you.
That's exactly what I told Alex when he reached out to me several months ago asking me on my thoughts on this situation. You see, I met Alex and Cloud at last year's DreamCon convention. Right, and everybody was cool people. I exchanged numbers with several of them, and it was a good time. It was all good vibes the entire time. I only was around them for one day because I didn't go to all the DreamCon days, but everything was cool. I had reacted to Alex's videos in the past, and so I exchanged numbers because I also want to lend myself as, whatever advice as someone who's been doing this YouTube thing.
Terrible advice by a fucking savage piece of shit.
For a long time, I love supporting other black people, especially young black men trying to do something creative and be successful.
Especially the fucking crooks.
And so, Alex has reached out to me on a couple of occasions just to, tap in and maybe ask for my perspective on a thing or two here or there. And so
his mistake.
Anyway, he reached out to me a few months ago and he told me about this situation with Cloud. And I told him explicitly not to make this video. Right? I told him, just listening to all of the grievances that he had, I think he was completely...
Just let him punch you in the face. There's no reason to punch back. Nah. He played games with your money. Yeah, just let him slide. You are... man. There's no words for what you people are.
He justified to be annoyed with the situation and to feel as if Cloud was not being professional, right? But I didn't think that there was anything really here that was worth making an expose video. At this point in time, when he reached out to me, Cloud had not yet paid him his final payment, right? The one that took several weeks to be given to him, which Cloud eventually...
Which is more than a day or two late, like you said earlier.
Actually did. I told him, hey,
because he had to. Thank God Caucasians made laws so piece of shits don't get away with shit like this. You would have just... He wouldn't have been paid if you were in control running the government. Oh, just let it go. You know what I mean? It's just money. Oh, man, I hate dudes like you.
Listen, just wait. See if he pays you when he says he's going to pay you. And if he doesn't pay you, I mean, you could always go the legal route. But I think the amount of money that was being disputed here was in the ballpark of like a few $100s. And I told him, I was like, honestly, man, I fuck with you, and it's unfortunate that this is happening to you, but I really don't think you should put any energy into this, and so I'll give you the money, right? If it came to that.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
But let's give Cloud an opportunity to pay you, and he did. And so once he did that,
He had to pay him. He shouldn't have played with his money from the beginning.
he reached out to me and was like, hey, it's cool. It's cool. He paid me. I'm going to drop the situation and just move on, which I thought was what he should do. And so I thought this shit was over. I thought I thought message received.
You thought a crook got away with playing games with people just like he wanted.
Right? He took a little bit of advice from from a YouTuber who was trying to be somewhat of a big brother to him, right? And you know what I'm saying?
A big scumbag to him.
Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Focus on your craft and keep this shit pushing. If Cloud is really the bad person that you're saying that he is, because, he, of course, communicated.
One of the dumbest shits I ever heard anyone say. Oh, the universe is going to handle it. He went from Christian to just pure stupidity.
To me, his feelings about Cloud, much of which was expressed in his expose video. I said, you know what? I don't know this Cloud. I'm here, guy like that. I'm getting one side of the story. But if he really is the kind of person that you're saying he is, karma will catch up to him.
One side of the story is the fact if he withholding his money, that's not a side of the story. You people, you can fucking rub your brain cells together. It still wouldn't cause a spark.
So don't worry about that, right? Live from the end, as I always say, right? What does your end look like? Does your end look like you bickering with Cloud, or does your end look like you being a successful creator, if that's what you want your end to look like?
And the creator makes content. What the fuck you telling him not to make content for?
Focus on doing things that are in alignment with that. Well, here we find ourselves now with this drama. He went ahead and did the video, and I gotta be honest, it's going exactly the way I told him that it would go. And I'm sure he's well aware of that, right? If you just take a look at the comment sections of these videos, it's going exactly how I told you it would go. Right, Alex? Okay. And I didn't want to make this video. I didn't want to make this video because, even though I was disappointed with the decisions that he made, they're both very young, and I was just hopeful that they were going to, move past this situation individually and go on with their lives and do their thing. But then Alex decided to attack one of...
After being called a hoe. Boy, you black people are mentally challenged. You could call somebody a hoe and they not going to say nothing back. But he's your friend. A war coming soon. I hope you're on the other side of the battlefield. I really do.
Closest friends, someone I truly consider a brother, someone who I've been close friends with for over 11 years.
It doesn't matter. Your friend committed crime. He going to jail. Not in your book, though.
Who I've even been roommates with. And that is this man right here on the screen. We're going to react to this video.
Another 40-ounce drinking piece of shit.
Berto, from Where You At Berto, right? He's a little bit younger than me. And we've just been very close, right? Like brothers. He's
stroked each other's cocks.
Of Jamaican descent as well. And so, we have a lot of things that we bond over. We played basketball together in high school. He's just a really good friend. Well, anyway, Berto, he has a reaction channel of his own, and he weighed in on this situation, and he gave what I thought was a very balanced and fair critique of the situation. He's
wow, so people who withhold people hard-earned money and call people hoes for trying to defend themselves. You have great friends, Don. And that's how I know you a piece of shit in reality.
Said multiple times that Cloud needed to be held accountable and that he fucked up. Well, in response to this,
which is why he made the video. So which one is it? Can he hold him accountable? Or is he a hoe for holding him accountable?
video, because he did also have some criticisms for the way that Alex was going about coming at Cloud and trying to portray the situation.
Man, you cross me and hold my money, anything's on the table.
Alex took issue with Berto, right? We can get Cloud off the screen now. Alex took issue with Berto, my very good friend, and completely slandered him, misrepresented him, took things out of context, and really.
And not even 5 minutes later, it's proven that the kid that y'all bashing was 100% right. And you double down on it, calling him a hoe too, just because your friend did it. Oh my God, you everything that's wrong with the world.
Was very disrespectful. And so I just want to react to this and vouch for my good friend Berto. If you aren't familiar with this entire situation, you'll actually start to hear some of the finer details of the controversy. But to summarize,
and the finer details most definitely made me subscribe from this dude. If you're wrong, you're wrong. There's no, oh, he's my friend, we have to excuse this shit. A crime is a crime, and that's why there has never been no successful black society, because we have idiots like him that would shoot bail for people who is doing wrong things instead of holding them accountable. And 5 minutes more into this video, I'm going to stop, because that's the same time I decided to unsubscribe from a piece of shit that will watch somebody murder someone and go hide the body with him because he's his friend.
All this really was two friends who worked together. One of the friends was a little unprofessional in regards to paying his friend on time, which is problematic, right? Things came to a head. There was a dispute at the end over a contract. Cloud then decided not to give Alex his final payment while they were still trying to come to an agreement in regards to the contract negotiations going forward. Cloud, in his response video to this whole situation, even admitted that he was being petty when he was doing that. That's really all that is. That's really the entire situation. There were some other things that were brought up, personal attacks, telling stories about things that happened allegedly in the past that
as he should. You do me dirty, I'm gonna do you dirty right back.
Evidence was truly provided for. Trying to, paint Cloud in a certain light. But that's really just he said, she
the lighter truth
said, or he said bullshit that really is whatever. It doesn't even really is nothing anybody can.
Yeah, and the only thing that's a fact is that he a piece of shit that'll play games with a man's money, and you're a piece of shit that's defending it regardless of, oh, it's wrong, it need to be challenged. That's what he did when he made the video, and you criticizing it. Fucking
really do with that, right, without any evidence or proof. And it was just kind of immature and unnecessary, especially in light of the fact that they're no longer friends, right? But let's go ahead now and check out this video of Alex reacting to my friend Berto's video. And I'm going to take this opportunity to clear up a few things.
A couple of days, and there's been some other drama from another streamer responding to this situation regarding me that I would like to address. Because honestly, I feel like, how like somebody is like smart, like Cloud's a very smart person, and if he's smart in a situation like this, I guess the smartest thing would be to
doesn't look smart at all to me.
not address it at all because, you know, he doesn't want to give me any more attention or more perceived clout.
Cloud has addressed the situation, and so now the ball is in your court. Are you going to address what Cloud said to clear things up?
Which is the smart thing, and he more than likely will do because, you know, he cares about his brand as he should. But I mean, on the opposite side too, for all we know, this man could be like plotting a 40-minute story time video addressing all this, just telling straight lies. For all we know, just waiting for it to drop. I wouldn't put it past him as well.
It's dropped.
I guarantee you telling lies too. It seemed like the same yoke you're from.
But what it feels like is actually happening. It feels like he's kind of like sending people sideways at me. Like, you just like go to my comments and you'll see like his assistant. This is his assistant right here, just telling like random stories that didn't even happen, which by the way, he wasn't even there for it. Or you'll see one of his streamer
He said, she said, doesn't matter.
friends, which I'm about to address right now, get online defending him when he's clearly wrong. I will say,
He didn't defend him.
By calling this kid a hoe, he's literally defending the other dude. He didn't call the other dude a hoe, did he? He's defending him. What in your dumb 40-ounce riddle mind can't you get that through your brain?
Said that Cloud was clearly wrong in the way that he handled the professional aspect of your relationship. If anybody goes and watches Berto's original video
I would never watch that piece of shit. Same reason why I unsubscribe from you. As soon as I see criminals and crooks and just all around dirty ass people, I don't fuck with them no more.
criticizing this or commenting on this whole situation, I thought of all of the commentaries I've seen, I thought Berto was actually one of the most unbiased and gracious to
More cock stroking. Yeah, he graceful to him, calling him a hoe.
you, right? He really tried to see things from your perspective, and he clearly articulated on multiple occasions that Cloud was in the wrong for the way he was handling the payment situation.
I was a low-key like disappointed, but I'm not surprised because I'm realizing birds of the same feather flock together. Today, I would like to address one of his popular creator friends, Where You At 1Glazer9. I mean, Where You At Berto, right? This grown man decided to hop online, react to the situation, and you know, he kind of basically disagreed with the premise of my video, which, by the way, I don't have a problem with anybody disagreeing with or feeling how they feel about me or the way I handled this situation. But the irony in that is one of Berto's main points about
the whole reason you're making this video is because you had a problem with the way that he commented on the situation.
Me and why basically I was in the wrong.
What man ain't gonna have a problem with another man calling him a hoe? You sound dumb as fuck, but you're not. You're just a corrupt piece of shit.
And Cloud was absolved of a lot of his wrongdoings and low-key kind of justified, was basically that I'm clearly this emotional guy. And
He never once said that. You can't find a single clip where Berto said that Cloud was justified in being unprofessional in regards to the money component, because that's all that there is here. I mean, sure, you can tell stories.
That's all they need to be.
About how he wasn't the greatest of friends to you, but honestly, that's just personal bullshit. You know, coming from one man's point of view.
We're not gonna deflect by he withheld his money, you dumb motherfucker.
Cloud says the opposite. Who's right? We'll never know.
He's right. He's the one that was wronged. You black... Yeah, of course you don't know what's right and wrong. Of course you don't. Look at the culture you grew up in.
That's honestly private, personal shit that didn't need to be brought onto the internet. That
You withhold my money, everything going on the internet.
would be no different than I having, you know, a problem with Berto. Or we agree, we do business deals together.
That'll never happen. You too busy stroking each other's cocks. And I don't give a fuck how you feel about it.
Berto and I actually work on sponsorships together. And let's say Berto...
Who cares? This is another thing that's not fucking important. Who cares that you like Berto?
You know, fucked me over, or I fucked Berto over, like in the sense like I dropped the ball or whatever, and then Berto comes on the internet and tells stories about me and my
Dropping the ball is an accident. Withholding somebody money is on purpose. You can't be that stupid.
wife. That's a hypothetical, and that shit just like really pissed me off, man.
And again, who gives a fuck about what pisses you off? It's about right or wrong.
You know, so that had nothing to do with nothing, really. So the only real problem here was the money thing. And Berto said throughout the entire video, I had to waste fucking 3 hours of my life watching multiple videos.
While he called him a hoe at the same time.
By Berto, by Dior, by Cloud, by Meezy, like God fucking, just to get a sense of what's going on here. Because I truly am disappointed in you, Alex. I truly am, man.
And I'm disappointed in you, Don. The only difference is my disappointment is based on something just and right. You were just a cock-stroking piece of shit.
It's sad. You know, but anyway, Berto never justified Cloud delaying payments.
Most of what I'm talking about is my own emotional problems and basically implying that there's something wrong with being a man that's in touch with his emotions and doesn't mind voicing them privately and publicly.
This nigga right here is acting like a hoe.
You are a hoe ass nigga for airing out your friend's private information.
He's not his friend the moment he started withholding his money. And this is when I decided to unsubscribe from him, because you're not even a reputable type person. You said he didn't disrespect him, and the first thing he do is disrespect the kid. You would defend anybody just because they're Jamaican and you like the way they look or something. You are everything that's wrong with the black culture, and we can't move on until we get rid of piece of shits that think like you. I used to fucking like you, Don. You are nothing.